What's happening, good people? How you doing out there? Kris Gardner, KG, owner of the Houston Roundball Review, and welcome to another Houston Roundball Review presents Let's Talk Houston Rockets. Try to get in and out here in an hour so folks can watch the Rising Stars Challenge featuring 3 Rockets: Alperen Sengun, Jalen Green, and Jae'Sean Tate. So going to be info-packed, entertainment-packed, have some fun, and then get out of here so everybody can go watch that entertainment and see Rocket Stars of shine, have some fun, and most importantly for me, not get hurt. So that's the whole thing for me about any of the competitions this weekend in Cleveland inside whatever the name of the arena is with the sponsor. But yeah, let's talk Rockets. I got clips. I hope y'all have had a chance to play. Sandoval, what's up? Glad to join. Hope y'all have had a chance to check out the clip of Alperen Sengun talking English posted on the Houston Roundball Review YouTube channel. Yes, English. And if you missed it, I got it here for you as well. Solo Dilo, Maurice Williams, how y'all doing? We're going to have fun quick in these this next 58 minutes or so. But yep, 7 clips. We're going to talk about Dennis Schröder and his impact on the Rockets and get your thoughts on it because you know me, I'm different perspective than fans. So get your thoughts on how Schroder's looked so far in these first 2 starts for the Rockets. And also we can talk about if you really care about the Rockets getting waxed last night by the Clippers. I'm not really that disappointed in the loss. The 142 points allowed was a lot, obviously, but they played so well the night before against Phoenix. I was kind of curious to see how they would respond in the back-to-back setting. And it was really interesting how media latched on to it. Their Sengun, that's a new name I haven't seen in a while. KDC, how you doing as well? How they were all. Rockets went toe-to-toe with the best team in the NBA. Yeah, they did play well against Phoenix. Yeah. A certain player did not play in that game. I think some of y'all are going to comment on that also. But then Clippers' performance took a step back defensively in a big way. But first things first, I got 2 clips from Alp today from Cleveland. I think it was this morning. One is not quite 20 seconds. It's Alp talking English. Part of it is about he's going to try to put on a show tonight during the Rising Stars Challenge. So that's another reason why I want to watch. But he said he's going to have fun and entertain tonight during the game. So I'm going to play that. But also some comments from him about his idol, the Joker, and how he's trying to pattern his game after Jokic. So, but first things first, we're going to hear from, I think he's a Rockets star in the making. So kind of curious to hear your thoughts on what he says. And this is him in English. Here we go, Alperen Sengun.
Team, we are learning, and next 2 years, 1 year, next year, we will get better. Yes, I will show you. I will show every people tonight. But I'm excited, and we will see tonight.
Are y'all good with that? 2 years, 1 year, they're getting better. They're learning, they're getting better. Are y'all okay with that timetable? I think it's realistic. I'm really not understanding why some fans are calling for Coach Silas to be fired. What they'll expect this team to do this year. You know, they're getting better. There's some comments from Coach Silas that I'm going to play in a clip. He was asked if he could see the development from the team from the beginning of the season to now. And yes, he said it, and he goes into detail about how the team has improved. So play that as well. Jim, I'm going to talk about that. Y'all know how I feel about defense. And my thing about the defense, and I saw a little bit on Twitter/Rockets Twitter earlier today. Rockets individual defense, they have some guys who are pretty good individually. Their team defense is not very good. And team defense is a communication, knowing where you're supposed to be, where your teammates are supposed to be. They're not a string. They're not on the same page. That's part of not knowing how to defend in the NBA, not understanding where your teammates are supposed to be. not playing angles. So all of that is part of team defense. And how many young teams are good defensively? Let's just look through pro sports. How many young teams, this many youngsters are good defensively? Very few. And that's what makes those teams special. This team is not special. This team has more need of athleticism, needs to get taller, longer. Those pieces aren't here. So because of that, we get what we get. And then another issue with the inconsistent defense or the bad defense is inconsistent effort, not getting back on defense in transition. You know, that's not youth. That's just getting back in defense. That's just hustle. And one issue with that is because of the live ball turnovers. They have too many turnovers that the ball does not go out of bounds, which would be a dead ball turnover. Live ball still in play, still in action, and teams get and go. So that's another part of the defensive problems. So it all ties together about a young team learning and growing. But real quick, I want to play also because I think a lot of fans feel this way, like Solo Dilo, about Christian Wood, and then about Wood has got to go. Seawood ran away from Zubac. Isn't that kind of a theme regarding bigger centers and Christian Wood? I think my man Sandoval kind of that's one of his go-to themes regarding Christian Wood and defense and bigger players, bigger centers. He's just not, just ain't there. He's just not, boy, I don't want to call him not competitive, but he is a bad matchup against bigger centers. So it's almost like he psyched himself out before the game starts. So it's an issue. And my man D Skills H-Town, we have a lot in common. And one of them is also our affinity for the Pistons. And the Pistons, young team, they've been blowing out a lot this year too. Their defense sometimes has been awful as well. So it makes me wonder, and they have the same similar issue as the Rockets. Not enough length, not enough athleticism, not knowing where to be defensively, not being a string tied together on defense. So there's a reason why the Rockets are 15 and 43 and the Pistons are 13 and 45, something like that. But both teams, ironically, have 3 players each participating in the Rising Stars Challenge. Jalen Green, Jae'Sean Tate, and Alp for the Rockets, then Cade Cunningham, Isaiah Stewart, and Sadiq Bey for the Pistons. So based on that, you should have some hope that their future is not very dim. So they have something there in common going forward, a bright future to look for. They have some pieces there. They just got to add to it. So here we go with clips from Alp, comments from Alp about his idol, the Joker. The questioner covers the Nuggets. He didn't give his name, so I can't give him credit for asking the questions to Alp. So part of Alp's comments will be in Turkish and some English, but it's just an idea of learning from the Joker and being a team player, passer, and what he's taken from Joker. And then we got more clips. I got a clip from Schroder, 3 from Jalen Green. One of them, I hope my man Brandon is on here because y'all not going to, some of y'all might shake your head at what Jalen says about this, but just stay tuned for that. Here we go. Alp talking about what he's learned from Jokic, and Jokic is his idol.
He's not only strong, he's also very big.
And heavy.
Heavy. Not easy to move.
But smart.
Yeah, too smart. I can guard him, but he see everything. And he will go inside and pass them outside. He can.
Is he a guy that you look up to?
Onu örnek aldığım bir oyuncu mu?
Yeah, of course. He's my idol.
You study him, watch film on him?
Yes, of course.
What have you learned from watching him?
Onu izlerken neler öğreniyorsun?
İşte oyun saha görüşünü öğreniyorum.
His court vision.
Deniyorum da idmanlarda.
He's also, when he watch and he also try. He watch how he utilizing his court vision. while he's playing, and he's trying on the practice too.
Ve takımı nasıl sahiplendiğini, yani takımı nasıl oynattığını izliyorum.
And
Yani.
he's watching about how Jokic embraced his team, how he helped his teammates. He's watching about that.
Because, you know, I'm a team player like him, and I watch him.
So yeah, what are your thoughts about that? And put it right there. LP's English is getting better, and he's more comfortable speaking English. He could speak English earlier in the season because I think in one of his shows, in a Let's Talk Houston Rockets show, I commented on it. I talked to him very briefly. I was asking him about his 3-point shooting and if he was getting more comfortable shooting threes. And he told me in English, "Oh yeah, I'm comfortable shooting threes." Yeah. You know, so yeah. So the first English he learned, like a lot of people not from, you know, visitors from other countries, first thing that he learned was probably profanity. So, and now his English is coming along. So yeah. Sleep art, here we go. It's sad that LP can't learn from Christian Wood. Well, I guess it's sad at that point, but you know, I don't want LP to learn from Christian Wood. I'd rather Christian Wood learn from LP. So, and I think, you know, that's a good comparison potential right there. LP, he was also asking, and I'm gonna say this about defending Joker and Embiid, and LP was injured when they had it, so he did not get a chance to defend out Joel Embiid. Look, he's looking forward to it next year. He said that flat out. He's looking forward to the opportunity and the challenge. Both of them are big men. Both are skilled, and so yes, his English is getting better. He's more comfortable answering questions in English. And the NBA All-Star setting. We'll see how if that continues with local media for the rest of the season. So hopefully it does. But yeah, he's getting more comfortable answering questions in English. Now, I got to play this clip from Coach Silas. I want to play this clip from Coach Silas. And I'm kind of curious as what y'all think about it because he's answering a question from one of my buddies, one of my colleagues, Adam Spo. I call him Spolin from 610 Radio here in Houston. And Spo asked Coach Silas if he believes that the Rockets, what have they learned? What does he think they have learned from the beginning of the season to now? Coach Silas's answer is telling and interesting. Check it out.
Oh, for sure. For sure. We didn't necessarily show it tonight with our defense, but knowing where to be, when to be there, we are on it when it comes to walkthroughs and watching film. I could show 10 clips to our group and ask them right then and there, what was the mistake that was made? And 3 guys will speak up and be like, "Oh, I was the X-Man. I should have been there." All of our terminology, whether it's double teaming the post from the top, double teaming the post from the baseline, whether it's our switching, our blitzing, our scrambling if there's a small guy, scramming our weak defender to the weak side, all of those things, they know. Now it's the consistency of doing it. But in order to get to that consistency, you have to know it first. And I am proud of the guys for knowing all of the new things that I'm throwing at them, all of the terminology, all of the coverages, all of that on the defensive end, and then our spacing and what we're looking for. And you could ask our guys what we're looking for on offense, and they all know, like pass aheads, the slot drives, the kill cuts, all that stuff. They know it all. They know it all. So that says that they're learning, they're growing, they're listening. And just think about a team who has been has been having all these things ingrained in them for not just 50 games, but for a few years. And I think you'll see a pretty good product.
So what are your thoughts on that? They're finally learning the defensive concepts, plays, schemes, offensive plays, the names of the plays and everything in the vernacular. Now they need to do it consistently. And I think the last 2 games were examples of that. They did a very good job, very competitive against Phoenix, and not so much against the Clippers. They got to be more consistent. That's part of it. They have to, and I completely disagree with this comment about saying Silas doesn't know what he's doing, because if he didn't know what he was doing, he wouldn't be in the NBA for 20 years. So he knows what he's doing. The Rocket players have a lot to learn, a lot on their plate, and it's taken them to this point in the season to figure it out, to learn, to react, and not think about it on the court. Okay, what am I supposed to do here? Am I supposed to do this? Am I supposed to do that? Now they know it. Now they got to do it again and again. And that's another part of the development. Being consistently good is hard to do. It's hard to win. So how soon will we know? And put up there from Sandoval next year. I'm expecting improvement next year. Period. I'm expecting improvement next year. And that includes wins. Period. That means that's I've been consistent in that this whole season. So that's, you zone a lot against the Clippers. Okay, that's fair. But if you don't practice zones very often, you don't see it in practice. And I'll say this, different level of sports, of basketball. Kelvin Sampson, pretty successful coach. He says one reason that his team struggles against zone is because they don't practice it in practice. They don't see it in practice. You Houston Cougars in basketball, nothing man to man. So when teams play them zone, they're like, okay, what are we supposed to do? Because they don't see it enough in practice. Similar to the pros. If you don't see it in practice, how many teams play zone in the NBA? You've seen it more this season than you did previous seasons. If you don't see it, you don't practice against how you don't know what to do. Seeing it on film is not the same thing as seeing it in games. And if the Rockets players have taken and are taking this long to learn everything, the concepts right now, and they don't see zone in practice, well, that just means that's another thing for them to learn. So I think we're learning about the players as well. It's just a lot on their plate and a lot for them to process. And that is an issue. Next year, these things should not be problems. They should have a year to figure all this stuff out, year under their belt. If we have these same issues and problems next year, that's a problem. It needs to be corrected. That's why I say next year is going to be different. Well, I don't know about Marvin Bagley. Okay, Kenzo, you're consistent. Marvin Bagley, are you starting to follow Marvin now in Detroit? He's with the Pistons, because he's had these moments, good and bad, already with the Pistons. So, but now coming right here, Coach Wall. Let me put this right here. Maybe Coach Wall can help with the maturation of the team. He could if he were here, but Coach Wall is not here. Dennis Schröder is here. And Rocket fans seem to like Schroeder's impact on the team. I'm going to play a clip from Dennis Schröder and then follow up a clip from Jalen Green about Dennis's impact on the team, which says a lot about the previous leadership, vocal leaders on this year's squad. But first up, Dennis Schröder. And this is from last night's game. Wednesday's game against Phoenix.
Since I've been with CP3 in OKC, he's a hell of a point guard. He's a true point guard, talking a lot to his teammates. And it's a young group, and, I've been 9 years in, and they call me a veteran. I feel old, but I'm just 28, but I just try to help them, try to get better. Like I said, they just need a leader out there who shows them, how to do even off the court stuff, getting treatment, to take care of their bodies, and then they're gonna be good. At the end of the day, when we play, I want to win every game, you know. But I mean, today was just, you know, a different feel. You know, everybody came up to me after the game and, you know, said we never had fun like that before. You know, nobody came up to us, nobody tried to throw lobs, and you know, it gives me a good feeling about this group. You know, heading into the right direction where we want to go to, and you just got to keep it going. You know, I want everybody to have fun, including myself, because we got to enjoy this. Being the best league in the world, and we blessed, you know, and you just gotta show it every night.
What are your thoughts on what Schroder said? And I'll put this up, Sandoval, this comment from you. Why does that confuse you? If John's not even here, John's not here. Okay, John, and now the deadline is passed. Why would John be here? John still had the mentality he refused to come off the bench. That's on John. So, I mean, that's on John. So that's why he's not playing. He's not here. He doesn't want to be here. He's collecting his check. That's on John. That's on Coach Wall. Or what is it? We're not calling him AWOL. That's on AWOL. And comment right here. Dennis's comments, or one indictment of Wall and Eric Gordon, they aren't helping these. Hey, well, John's not here. John left, bailed on the team in December at some point. So he's not here. He hasn't been here to lead by example. Wait, what? He could lead by example because he didn't play in games, which he and Rafael Stone agreed upon in October/September. So that was already done. That wasn't going to change. But Eric Gordon is not a vocal leader. He leads by example. He's not a rah-rah guy. He doesn't talk a lot on the court except when he's crying out to the refs. DJ Augustine was behind-the-scenes leader, but he didn't play well enough to have an impact during games. So that's another reason why they traded Tice for Dennis. One, obviously, was to get rid of Tice's contract, but because Dennis wants Dennis is a better player than DJ. Now, we all see that. That's inevitable. So thank you very much, Sleep Art 11. I always appreciate your support. If John Wall were to accept a team-friendly contract, no. Should we consider re-signing him? Well, one, he's got the player option for next season at $47.4 million, which he's going to exercise. So why would he want to accept a team-friendly contract for 23-24? And by that point, the Rockets should be contending for playoff spots. And John Wall won't be part of that. You know, John wanted to be a Laker, yeah. John and his people, and I want to keep beating the dead horse, but he and his people and Rafael Stone made the mistake when they agreed to this don't play scenario, but we'll still pay you. That was a disaster. That was and is a disaster. The Rockets have moved on. Brandon Thomas, I'm glad to see your name. James, as I stated, John has the player option for the 22-23 season, which he will exercise. Everybody expects him to do that because it's worth $47.4 million. So he's going to exercise that. So, and that's a great question. Why they haven't fined John for not playing? That's a great question. Or at least it has not been publicized. And I'm pretty sure, I think that if they were finding him, John would have voiced his displeasure on social media by now. But my thing on that, not finding him, because they're good with him not being here. They're not concerned about him. They're not missing John. They're not missing AWOL. They're not. So, and Brandon, I see you, Mr. 33 wins. I'm going to go ahead and play. I'm going to go ahead and I got the other Jalen Green clips because, and folks, Rockets have 24 games left in this season. They're not going to play John Wall these final 24 games because, this DJ is on point right here. They're trying to tank for a top 5 pick. That has been the unsaid goal for Orlando, Rockets, and Detroit. That's what they're trying to do. I mean, that should not be a surprise. If they would have played Coach Wall, season ticket holder Wall, in October, November, December, they'd probably have more wins than they do now, which would defeat the purpose of tanking. So that's where things are. And they haven't bought out John Wall is because it's not beneficial to the Rockets right now. It's not beneficial to John Wall right now. Come summertime, maybe that changes. Because John's not going to sit out another season. They'll have to resolve this for the benefit of everybody. They made a mistake in October agreeing to this situation. Hopefully, come summertime, this will be resolved one way or another. But I don't see John Wall playing for the Rockets ever again. He'll get paid, be a buyout, go somewhere else. Hopefully, they're not going to trade. I haven't seen any team traded for him. Although, that's a lot of money coming off your books after the 23 season. But for my man, Brandon Thomas, here we go. Jalen Green today was asked, what's his next big goal? You know, because making the Rising Stars Challenge was a step for him, an accomplishment. And then next, obviously, being in the All-Star game. But Jalen was asked, what's his next big goal? Brandon Thomas, this is for you.
Big goal in my career. But right now, probably just to end the season strong. Try to at least get 20 games. It's been a rough season, so we're just going to try to end the season strong.
Try to get 20, Brandon. That's Jalen Green's next big goal. You hear that, Brandon? Try to get 20 wins. That's his next big goal. So when I heard that, I was like, yeah, I got to pay that for some of the folks because they're 15-43 right now. They're not getting 33 wins, Brandon. You agree on that? So you're still confident, Brandon. I admire your blind faith. Kudos to that. But another clip from Jalen. This one has to do with, he was asked by my man Eco about what it's been like playing with Dennis Schröder thus far in these 2 games. So check that out.
Been great. He's a big energy guy. He's a real leader. From the jump he came in, just talking, trying to get us going early, trying to get us to lock in, all buy in. So it's been real fun.
Hear that? He's a real leader. Derek, are you still watching? He's a real leader. Let me play it again because I want folks to hear what he said one more time.
Been great. He's a big energy guy. He's a real leader. From the jump he came in, just talking, trying to get us going early, trying to get us to lock in, all buy in. So it's been real fun.
So just in a week, basically, Dennis Schröder has shown that he has shown the youngsters and his teammates that he's a real leader. Damn. What does that say for the previous guards here? Or, I mean, some you could say some of the current guards here. So that says a lot right there. A real leader. You know, Eric is not a vocal leader. He never has been. Never been. Like I said, the only time Eric is vocal is when he's crying to the refs. Y'all see it. I'm not saying anything that's out of turn, out of pocket. Y'all see it all the time. When Eric plays, he talks more to the refs. He cries more to the refs about fouls he thought he should have got, foul calls. So there we go with that. Jae'Sean, you're forgetting about Orlando, man, about the worst team in the league. Because, and oddly enough, I think Rockets and Orlando play next Friday. Titanic tilt matchup right there. Ping pong balls on the line in that one. So Rockets, Detroit, Orlando are all vying for the top pick in the top pick. I mean, 3 worst records to get the top 3 choices. Most ping pong balls all into the same number of ping pong balls for the top 3. So, and then the worst they can finish is 6th. And in this draft, there's some saying you don't want to finish out of the top 5, which we'll see, depending on if Shaedon Sharpe decides to come out, and he probably will. So, but let me go back up here because it's shots at Eric, shots at DJ Augustine. You know, John Wall ain't here, so I don't know if Jalen's still shooting at taking shots at John Wall. But it's interesting. A real leader. And y'all seen it. Y'all saw Dennis after timeouts getting on the teammates. Come on, guys, play better defense. Play better. We got to be connected. He said that already. Got to be connected on defense. He's observed that fast in just a short amount of time. So, do y'all want to see Dennis re-signed? And clearly, the money's got to be fair to both sides, Rockets and Dennis. Do y'all want to see him re-signed? And I don't know. I mean, Dennis wants to win too, and he may want to go to sign with the team that has a better chance of winning a championship. But how many teams will allow him to be himself? So that's a question that he's going to have to answer as well. So, but do y'all want numbers agreeable? You want to re-sign Dennis? Everybody so far has said yes. Now, I'm going to toss in last 2 games. Dennis's 2 starts. 10 for 27 from the floor. 3 for 11 from 3. 15 assists. 10 turnovers. 8 rebounds. 1 block shot. 2 steals. One more time. Dennis, last 2 games, 2 starts. 10 for 27 from the floor, including 3 for 11 from 3. 15 assists. 10 turnovers. 8 boards, 1 block shot, 2 steals. 10 turnovers. That assist to turnover ratio is 1.5 to 1. That's not good. To me, that's not acceptable. He's been starting. Yep. He won't start when Scoot gets healthy. But 10 turnovers, that's not good. And, you know, Z City says he's not interested. He needs to learn the offense. Okay. And some of his 3-point misses were bricks. I mean, just flat out bricks. He rushed some threes, hit the backboard, and that was it. So learning the offense, will that help that? He's better than DJ. I agree on that. I think that's pretty clear. But as a backup point guard, he'll get less minutes than a starter. So he can't have turnovers. He can't have, as a backup, he can't have 3 turnovers and 3 assists in 50 minutes or whatever. That's not good enough. So he's got to get better. So he's inconsistent. What's a reasonable contract for Dennis? And put that up there. That's a great question. I'll put it out there. Do y'all believe he's worth around, what is it? The mid-level is 9.6 or right around there. Y'all believe he's worth that? What? Let's go with 2 years, $20 million, team option on the 3rd year. Worth, let's just say 3 years, $30 million. Make it simple. 3 years, $30 million, team option on the 3rd year. Would that be good for y'all? For Dennis? Y'all think that's agreeable? So I'm very calm, Brandon. I'm just saying Dennis is inconsistent. He's been that way. So I'm trying to balance out the love fest that he seemed to get from local media too. It's not just the fans who have fallen in love with him. Local media is just like, oh, Dennis is the answer to the Rockets. Oh, okay, slow down now. All right, it's been 2 games. Okay. So 15-2, Z City, 20 mil, 2 years. Team option sounds legit. No more than 10. Take Dennis over Christian Wood. Man. See, Wood is just. And seriously, and now, yeah, I'm going to put that up here. Because Scoot's numbers were bad. Start of the season until the last few weeks. Because, I mean, Scoot's numbers, assist to turnover were 8-1. Obviously, he's not. That's Chris Paul level numbers. He's not going to do that. But Scoot gives you 9 assists, 2 turnovers, 2 to 3 a game as a starter. Isn't that what you want? I mean, he's averaging right around 8 right now. So, but you know, it's just like I said, I'm trying to balance it out because that's what I'm doing. Just trying to play the other side of the equation, get for the conversation part of it all. I see no one defending Christian Wood, even Brandon. No one defending Christian Wood on here, and it's amazing how that has changed. And Ryan Hollins calling out Christian Wood during a broadcast, apparently. So, boy, I think a lot of family on here don't want to see Christian Wood in a Rockets uniform next season. I mean, well, here we go. Here's the DJ generation right there. Please get rid of him with a trade after draft. Wow, Sengun, that's harsh right there, man. Wow. Take Kenneth Reed over C. Wood. How times have changed. And what's y'all's problem with Christian Wood? The inconsistently, the lack of second of all, you've been consistent this whole season, no question. You have not changed at all. Is it, and I'm gonna put it up. Is this it? Is that the perception now of Christian Wood that he's not a team player? Brandon agrees. He said he's selfish. TJK Penny 79 says he's a ball stopper. So Sandoval says he's a weak defender. Good offense, no defense. Super selfish. Rob says see Wood is soft like butter. And Brandon says he's a diva too. And he's just looking. Yeah, I think, let me put it up. Where is it? This statement right here. Yeah. Selfish and not impactful and just looking for the 20 and 10 stat. Yeah, no argument for me on that one. Terry Agent, how you doing? Welcome from New Zealand. Welcome from Houston to New Zealand. Softer than Wet Sharman. Wood's a small man and a big man's body. Jamon says he sticks to the ball. Well, like I said, no argument for me. So what do y'all think the Rockets should do with him? Because I proposed out in the last show, if the Rockets talent upgrades made him, Christian Wood, the third option on the team, would y'all be agreeable and okay with that? And this has to change. I'm going to put it up here. If Christian Wood still wants that, bless his heart. If he still wants a max contract, bye. Good luck getting that somewhere else because it should not be here. So, yeah, just no. But if he and his people still want that, Rockets would be foolish to give him a max contract. Foolish. So, he won't get waived, but the Rockets will try to trade him. They should try to trade him. So, but yeah, Z City, even if they waive him, they still have to pay him. Because nobody would claim him off waivers because then they have to assume the contract. So they just make the Rockets pay for him to go away. So no team would do that. I wouldn't send a message. But yeah, Christian Wood has no fans on this show. Does he have fans in any of the other shows? Do you have fans and / defenders on my man Jackson Gatlin's Locked on Rockets? Anybody on there defending him? Believe in getting Seawood another chance, another opportunity to be less selfish, to not be a ball stopper, to be a better player, be a better teammate. Is anybody defending him any other Rockets platforms? Kind of curious if that's the case, because I haven't seen it, haven't heard it. But yeah, I'm going to go back for folks who joining now. I'm going to play the clips from LP talking English once again. But one more clip from Jalen Green after last night's game, where Jalen says he is feeling more comfortable in the game and slowing down. So check that out, and then we'll go back to LP talking English.
A lot more comfortable. Just everything that we work on, actions, coming under the screens, pulling it, just knowing when to take good shots, when to give the ball a look, when it gets the next action. Starting to slow down for me a lot more, and I'm starting to recognize the game a lot. So I'm just getting back to myself. There's a lot more that I could get done. The first half of the season, I would say I did all right. I don't think I did everything I could. Feel like I was out there just thinking a lot. But I'm starting to just feel more comfortable and just play my game. I mean, at the end of the day, we're trying to win. So, yeah.
At the end of the day, they are trying to win. That's what he says. So, from a player's perspective, they're not tanking. That's a term used in the media and by fans. The players aren't trying to lose. They're competing. 99% of them are competing, trying hard, doing the best they can, and just don't have enough talent. Not good enough. Things aren't clicking, not closing out games, little mistakes here and there, and resulting in L's. So Jalen Green is improving. And Terry, what did Terry say? Should we have taken F. Mobley? Well, I said that back in May and June last year, even though I knew the Rockets weren't going to do it. But I stuck with it. But, put this up. A lot of fans feel this way. Sick of Seawood not guarding the other team's big. But, Terry, as Sandoval points out and other fans during this stream, during the conversations, Christian Wood runs from defending the bigger dudes. he doesn't want to do it. So that's why it falls on Jae'Sean Tate to do it. That's a problem. And when opposing bigs go out of their way to attack Christian Wood on the block, I mean, make this eyes light up. That says a lot right there. Rockets just organically bad, then what if they can't turn it around by the summer of 23? Then more changes need to be made. KDC, yeah, like I said, I'm expecting wins improvement to show in the win column next season. Next year's team cannot be 15-43. Can't, because they need to make changes, and that starts with the coach. No, because they should have better talent next year and another year in this system. So yeah, 15-43, unless injuries ravage the team again. Barring that, no, they got to win next year. They have to show improvement in wins next year. So now I'm being consistent in that. But Anthony Davis is the issue, and Anthony's, bless his heart, can't stay healthy. So but Jalen Green's improvement is an indication of why I still have confidence in Stephen Silas for another year, because the young guys are getting better. It's individual improvement. It's just not showing up in wins. And honestly, I don't want it to show up in wins too much this season, because it would hurt their lottery status, draft status. So I'll be inconsistent in that. So once again, this clip for Terry, Agent 299_299, anybody who missed the early part of this Let's Talk Houston Rockets show, got a clip because we got about 15 more minutes of the show. And then it'll be time to go for the Rising Stars Challenge, which will have Alp, Jalen Green, and Jae'Sean Tate competing in it. Clip of Alp, and some folks are surprised, but Alp talking in English and doing a good job.
We are a young team. We are learning, and next 2 years, 1 year, next year, we will get better.
Yes.
Yes, I will show you. I will show every people tonight. But I'm excited, and we will see tonight.
So Alp says we will see tonight. So stay tuned for that. Look, I mean, I'll watch it because the Rockets are participating. I'll watch it. But 2 years, 1 year, they'll be better next. It should be better next year. They need to be better next year. And then they're not, then they need to make a change. And Brandon Thomas, you said it right there. Alp is a young Jokic. Well, go figure, because Alp says that the Joker is his idol.
He's not only strong, he's also very big.
And heavy.
Not easy to move.
But smart.
Yeah, too smart. I can guard him, but he see everything, and he will go inside and pass them outside. He can.
Is he a guy that you look up to?
Onu örnek aldığım bir oyuncu mu?
Yeah, of course, he's my idol.
Do you study him, watch film on him?
Yes, of course.
What have you learned from watching him?
Onu izlerken neler öğreniyorsun?
İşte oyun saha görüşünü öğreniyorum.
His court vision.
Deniyorum da idmanlarda.
He's also when he watch and he also try. He watch how he utilizing his court vision while he's playing, and he's trying on the practice too.
Ve takımı nasıl sahiplendiğini, yani takımı nasıl oynattığını izliyorum.
And he's watching about how Jokic embrace his team, how he help his teammates. He's watching about that.
Because I'm a team player like him, and I watch him.
I'm a team player like him. That's great. That's great to hear. And this comment right here: should the Rockets have a turkey appreciation night? Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I think that's a business decision. Yeah, it makes sense to me. They should. They should. Do it how you want to do it, but yeah, why not? I know kind of why not, but do it the way that makes sense. I'll say it like that. Yep, and I know they released a workout with Hakeem. I haven't watched all of it, but that is posted on Rockets.com, so that was good to see. Young fella working with a legend. So hopefully he'll learn and take some things from working with Dream and add to his game, because that's one thing that LP also said today, that he likes to add different things to his game to become a better player, to be the best player that he can be. So, going to have to do something here with a certain person trying to turn this into a commercial for them. So, okay, here's the info. Did not know this. Thank you very much for this. Great to have knowledgeable fans doing these streams. Appreciate that information right there. 27th February, the Turkish dance team will be in Toyota Center. So, very appreciate that. Alp, 5-year vet, pro, because he started playing Turkish league. He was young, so I'm not sure if it's 5, but it's definitely more than 2. So, and that helped him playing against grown men. Has helped his game, and it's being developed right now. Who should the Rockets draft in top 5? Well, it depends on where they pick. First pick if the Rockets get the first pick, Jabari Smith. I'm sticking with it. I know some folks are saying Chet Holmgren. I believe that Jabari Smith has a higher upside than either Chet and Paolo Banchero. That's me. Sounds like NBA teams believe that's Chet. Okay, we'll see who's right on that. But Jabari Smith for me, the Rockets pick first. And then I'm not as high on Paolo because he just seems to be too inconsistent and doesn't seem to want to be the man enough. Want to be the best player in the game. You got to show that, man. You got to have that want to, that kill mentality. You know, it just seems kind of shaky right now to me. Maybe that'll change the rest of this season. Needs to change. Needs to get better. So then you got Jaden Ivey. Folks are very high on him. Shaden Sharp, probably toss him in there, assuming he declares for the draft. You know, y'all know I'm not as high for top 5 for sure. Keegan Murray, Iowa. I think he's be a solid pro, but he's not top 5 worthy to me. But yeah, Jabari Smith, Chet. You know, some folks I would be surprised if some folks decide to go Jaden over Paolo. AJ Griffin, potential from Duke. Folks like him as well. So, but Rockets need, yeah, James, thank you. Let me put it, Rockets need to get taller. I don't want the Rockets drafting guards. You know, Jaden Ivey, he's talented. I know he is. AJ talented. I know he is too. Then think both got bright futures. But stop drafting these 6'4", 6'5" dudes. Come on, get taller. 6'9", 6'10", taller with skills. That's my take. You know, yeah, you could say you draft Jaden or AJ Griffin, and then you could trade other folks later on. That works sometimes. It doesn't work as often as people think. You know, so, and then later on in the draft, as I said in my YouTube short this week, and I'll start doing more of those. Try to do more of those as the season progresses and get tournament time. Mark Williams, Duke, and Walker Kessler from Auburn. Big people. Shot blocking. Need a rim protector. It's weird how NBA teams say they like small ball, but then other side of their mouth, they say they need a rim protector. Need somebody to protect the rim. You know, why are you playing small? You know, so how you balancing that? You trying to employ a small ball, but then you say, well, if we only had a rim protector. Well, how many rim protectors are 6'5"? I don't care how long their arms are. Armani has not been signed yet. Brandon did see him last night at Fertitta Center with some other Cougs like Quentin Grimes. Who else was there? Dream was there as well. But who else? Another Coug was there. Another former player was there also. Spending time during the break, during the All-Star break, going back home to the alma mater. So, exactly. Skill ball does not mean small, because if you got a versatile big, Evan Mobley can switch. You know, you can be tall and skilled and switch. Don't limit yourself to just guys 6'5", 6'6", because they can switch. It doesn't work if you don't have the skill set for it. And Rockets got too many of the same dudes on this team. So, you know, but that's me. I'm old school in that sense. I don't see Armani coming back here with the Rockets. I hope he signs. You know, this point of the season, 10-day contracts are open for him. So hopefully he'll land somewhere. And it'd be good of him if he could sign soon to maybe if he landed on a team that is going to the playoffs and sign a 10-day deal in time for the playoff rosters to be set. So that'd be pretty cool for him. You know, got to make shots. Got to do more than just stand still, shoot threes. Add to your game. You know, and I was surprised the Rockets did do something with Nwaba. Maybe they'll waive him. But yeah, as we wrap it up here, these final 5 minutes, Dennis Schröder, presence on the team and leading the offense, is taking the ball out of Josh Christopher's hands. Is that a good thing? Are y'all happy with that? yes, JC, Jacob is not a lead guard. He's not a true point guard. He's learning the position. And the Rockets, with Dennis on the team now, want JC to be back more on the wing. Are y'all good with that? I'm not. Make up your mind what you want Josh to do, what you want Josh to become. But did I hear talk about? We haven't talked about Ben Simmons, Harden. Talked about that little bit last week. Both Philly and Brooklyn taking chances on similar talented dudes. Ben Simmons is younger than James Harden. James Harden got to accept the fact, what you won't, that is Joel Embiid's team. Good luck to Joel Embiid. Good luck to him. But JC and Daisha Nix and the 4-year deal with that Daisha got, partial guarantees, non-guarantees, probably similar to the one that Armani got. And Armani's gone, less than a year. So, but Daisha Nix, he's lit up the G League. He's probably too good for the G League. And they say, I think Coach Silas has said, and Rafael Stone have said that Jason is a true point guard. Okay. I mean, he's likes getting his teammates involved. I like that. I don't think he's a true point guard. Based on the old school definition, he probably still scores too much. Scores mentality more than being a true point guard, but at least he does like getting his teammates involved. So if he's brought up to the Rocket squad, that's going to take some minutes from somebody. So we'll see how that plays out in these last 24 games. Chris Paul's happy where he is. Rockets, James wanted CP gone. James he's with his enabling people, Daryl Morey and Tad Brown. So let him mess up Philly. We're going to talk Rockets. So that's what we're going to do here. And so we'll see. Daisha Nix probably will be called up soon. Let's say March. Maybe at the end of this break, but it's I'd say around March. He'll do that. And we'll see what he can do. And Rockets need some shooters. And, Klay Thompson, 6'7" guy who can shoot, tall shooter. Yes, that'd be good. More guys 6'7" and up. Too many guys 6'3", 6'4", 6'5". That's not my thing. But I cover the Rockets. I'm not the Rockets personnel person. I'm not in charge of their decisions. So I just cover them, and I use these platforms to criticize them when I think they're wrong. But I'll give them credit when I think they deserve it. But that's where we are on talking about the Rockets. Dennis Schröder, we'll see more practice time. I hope nobody during this time off gets out of shape immensely. It's good to, and I'm going to do it myself, take a break, decompress a little bit tomorrow for sure, tomorrow afternoon, and just rest my brain, body, sleep a little bit. And Asleep Art, thank you very much for the comment. Appreciate it. Always a great show. Appreciate your comments, your support. Financially, just be real, because this is a business as well. So thank you as always for that. Brandon, I'm not sure. See, the Rockets' next game is next Friday, and I think, we're going to do a Folks Talking Sports next Friday. And I think that's probably Thursday, because that's just Rice basketball, and I can cover them after the fact. So probably February 24th. Not sure on the time, either 7 or 8 p.m. Central, but most likely February 24th for the next Let's Talk Houston Rockets. All right, family. Yep, Thursday, Brandon. Going to go with that because the Rockets play Friday. So I know y'all going to be watching that game. Rockets Orlando. It's a big one. Okay. We'll stick to my 60-minute clock here so y'all can go watch the Rising Stars Challenge and see Alp, Jalen, and Jae'Sean Tate. Hopefully, my main thing for this whole weekend is I don't want anybody to get hurt, whoever it is, player, celebrity, whoever. So just have fun, enjoy the entertainment. Thank you for the comments, everybody. See you next Thursday. Be safe. Peace.